Hey everybody, welcome back to Arbitrary 20. Today we're going to be making a D&D character using only AI.
So yeah, we'll be using ChatGPT and OpenAI's paid model, DaVinci. We'll probably have to favor DaVinci because a lot of people are using ChatGPT right now and it's often at capacity. With that, we'll go ahead and get started. So what is our first prompt?
Our first prompt is going to be, what race should we pick?
So we'll say, I'm trying to make a unique character for my next Dungeons and Dragons campaign. What race should I choose? And I guess I should put Dungeons and Dragons 5e. Gives us a nice little paragraph on races. What do you think? Should we tell it to just randomly decide one, or should we give it some reason to pick one?
We should force it to pick one.
I'll just say randomly decide
from
that list you just gave me. Randomly decide a race from that list. Tiefling. So our character will be a tiefling.
Alright, next up is going to be class.
What class should I pick for your tiefling character? It really depends on the concept you have in mind for them. Powerful warrior, sneaky thief, mysterious mage, or something else. My thought is to say something like, pick one for me from the most unpopular options.
That's worth a shot, yeah.
Pick a class or classes for me based on the most unpopular options online, because we want it to be unique. Oh, spell corrected me. Not highlighting it green for some reason. The ranger, bard, the fighter, ranger.
Maybe say of those three, tell me which class to take or what I should multi-class.
We could just say randomly decide one of the three, or we could go with a multi-class. We could say randomly pick two. Or do we want it to decide if we should multi-class?
I want it to decide everything for me.
You could say pick a class or combination of those classes for me. Alright,
We're a
you gave us some
fighter
reasons
ranger.
why, but yes, we are a fighter ranger.
I think it wants us to be a ranged character. Talking a lot about bows and ranged attacks and things. We should ask it what subclass.
What subclasses, I guess, should I choose for each of those classes? Okay, it narrowed it down a little bit, Battlemaster or Cavalier, and then a Hunter or Beastmaster.
Interesting. It's a cool build. I can see where it's going.
You know, I'm just kind of curious, from an optimization perspective, choose for me based on which subclasses are the most powerful. I know the answer to that question. Battlemaster and Hunter. I mean, between Hunter and the revised Beastmaster, it's kind of debatable, but the Battlemaster is definitely better than the Cavalier, so
Yes.
I think it got that.
That's so cool.
A Battlemaster fighter and a Hunter ranger.
Rangers are spellcasters. They're half-casters.
Yeah, so you'd have a few spells
So we
on
can
this
ask
character.
it what spells.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, for the levels, I take a ranger. What spells should I pick up? Well, it gave us some spells. Oh, hang on. What other classes? Okay, we're off on a bit of a side tangent here.
Yeah.
How would I get those spells from other classes? Testing its knowledge of the system. Oh, okay. Saying to multi-class into additional, or you could look into taking magic.
There we go.
Okay.
That's
So,
what
but it
we're
did tell
looking
us
for.
some ranger spells, and a couple of them aren't bad. I don't know if Shield of Faith is actually a ranger spell. Not 100% sure on Hail of Thorns either, but Hunter's Mark and Conjure Animals both are not bad. Fog Cloud actually is a ranger spell, so you don't necessarily have to multi-class into Druid for that.
Shield of Faith is definitely, I figured it was.
Yeah, no,
it's
Shield of Faith.
Paladin and Cleric.
So yeah, no Shield of Faith. Five Familiar could be cool to pick up in a feat.
I wonder if it knows about Strixhaven.
I mean, I guess we'll find out. Probably not, but we'll find out.
Yeah.
Because I think this one is also trained just on 2021. I don't think we go down this more multi-classes route. I think we keep it at the fighter ranger.
I agree. I feel like this can get complicated fast.
So I'll say we'll stick with just the fighter ranger combination.
And then the next question is going to be what feats we should take.
What are some good feats I could take on this character? Okay, 3 of those 4 feats are good. The second one is terrible, but sharpshooter, alert, and lucky are all really good.
Yeah.
Okay, I think it has some wrong version of Weapon Master or something. 'Cause if I remember correctly, Weapon Master just gives you proficiency with certain weapons. Doesn't give you any bonuses. Well, I mean, we could ask it. I think you have the wrong version of Weapon Master, and I'm not a fan of the 5e version. What feat could I take instead? Okay, that you kind of do sharpshooter or great weapon master, but I think we're okay to stop there because we did get 3 really good feats.
Yes.
And I guess if you did want to play a melee ranger and you had like strength based or something, it'd be hard to do it with ability scores on this particular build. But you could do Great Weapon Master instead of Sharpshooter, but we'll probably stick with Sharpshooter, I would think.
Especially since it kind of started us off talking about bows and ranged attacks and things.
Yeah, it did assume range from the get-go, so I think we'll stick with that.
We are going to be looking at what equipment we should take.
What did I take on this character? Also, what is some more rare equipment I could look for in the future? A longbow, arrows, 2-handed weapon, a shield, and some light armor. You could also look for some magical items such as +1 weapon or armor, cloak of protection, wand of healing. This is a staff of healing, but not a wand of healing. There's some more rare equipment, and ring of invisibility or a staff of power. Ring of invisibility would work, but I mean, a lot of those are decent suggestions.
Yeah.
Is Staff of Power just by a spellcaster, or is it?
Staff of Power requires attunement by a sorcerer, warlock, or wizard.
I'm curious if it could come up with a replacement. Staff of Power is only usable by a sorcerer, warlock, or wizard. Is there a different magic item I could look for instead? If you're not a spellcaster, you could look for something like a belt of giant strength or boots striding and spring. Yeah, I mean, depending on the direction you want to go, both those could work. Kind of a funny inconsistency is that whether you're using a longbow or a 2-handed weapon, you still can't use a shield. So
yeah, let's see if it can come up with the ability scores for this.
Oh boy, okay.
For this,
we're saying using point buy.
Using point buy, yeah.
Using the point buy system. What should my ability scores be for this character?
Strength, Dex, Wisdom.
So I don't really think it gets the point buy thing, but I mean,
yeah.
I would say on this character just prioritize Dex and Wisdom and just go ranged. But I mean, if you rolled high enough, it wouldn't hurt to go for Strength as well.
It also set at the bottom is Constitution as well.
Oh, and then you should also consider point. Yeah, wow. Well, yeah, you need at least like a 14 Constitution on this character.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, it gave us the options of Dex, Wiz, and Con, so I think those will be the 3 that we capitalize on. So the next thing is going to be having it give our character a interesting physical appearance.
Describe the physical characteristics of this character and add some additional details. That's actually really cool.
That is cool. Still wants you to have a shield. That's funny. That's pretty cool.
I missed that. And a shield. We really got, yeah. Well, I guess we didn't tell it. The shield doesn't work, but pretty good description,
so we got
to be honest.
Next up is now going to be give this character an interesting backstory.
What would a cool backstory be for this character? On the edge of the Feywild. That's cool. Your character was born in a small village on the edge of the Feywild. They were born with horns. Despite this, they were accepted. Growing up, they were fascinated by tales of adventurers and warriors. They soon decided to follow in their footsteps. With their martial prowess and natural affinity for the wild, they quickly rose to become a powerful force in the world. They now travel in search of adventure and new stories to tell.
That's cool.
It's
impressive.
It's not like
cool.
It's not what I would traditionally expect, but that is really it's interesting enough.
At least gives a jumping on point for like a campaign or something.
Oh yeah, totally. Do we want to potentially try to add more details?
Yeah, let's pressure it a little bit and see if it'll give us more.
That's a good start, but I would like a few more details. More details. Gave a few more details.
Gave a little more details. I kind of dove into, related the ranger back into their backstory.
Yeah.
And then, made the fighter part of it too. That's neat. Ask it to give us a unique personality for our character.
Personality, okay. So we'll say based on this backstory, how would this character's personality be?
It still impresses me every time we push that button. That's so cool.
Above all else, your character is a loyal companion who is always willing to lend a helping hand. That's cool.
Passionate about adventure and stories.
Gave such a wholesome backstory and personality.
It did. It seems like a really nice character that is wholesome. I love it. Let's ask it what background we should pick.
Based on the backstory, what background should I choose?
Outlander.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that totally makes sense.
Yeah, that definitely does. Awesome. And then finally, as all characters should, this character needs a name.
What should this character's name be? It just gives the name of I think one of those is like an evil god, and then Zerial is from one of the names in the Baldur's Gate adventure, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, it gave us a name.
I think we'll say, give me a list of 10 unique
And then tell it to pick one.
Yeah. Now pick one of those at random. Cariel.
Okay.
So we have Cariel, the Tiefling Fire Ranger.
Nice.
I mean, that's honestly a pretty legit character in 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Backstory and everything. So I mean, honestly, in real life, if you're doing a one-shot and you're rush for time or something, pretty easy, yeah.
Yeah, it made one for you. And that required us very little thought process.
Yeah, I mean, we did get to choose pretty much everything.
We do have to make some choices, because it wanted us to make the choices sometimes instead of it.
Yeah, we just have to ask it too.
Yeah.
Because I think it sort of thought we were asking for advice and not it to make one sometimes. Yeah.
And sometimes it's good. It gave us a start, and then based on its own advice that we fed back into it, it could make a
pretty decent
character, that's for sure.
So we'll go ahead and copy and paste all these inputs and outputs and put them as an article on our website so you can check out this character if you'd like to. That will be linked down in the description below. But yeah, that's all we have for this one. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
See ya.